Lahat ng drama, tawanan, balita, at all-time favorite music hits.
On air, online, on the ground.
Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang inyong kasama. We're the place where you truly belong. Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
Good morning, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. This is Hello Pilipinas. I am Cairo. We are live on on TGON Entertainment and TGON News YouTube channels, and we are also live on Twitch as well as we speak. All right, so we're gonna get right away into the lifestyle happenings that you need to know this morning, as we are in a brand new setup of the streaming right now, because yeah. So long story short, we have ditched vMix because it's a paid software, and yes, it's a paid software, and we have already used up the trial. So legally speaking, we are not able to continue to use the software. So we went back to OBS, and this will take a lot of time for us to get used to OBS again for the use operations, including this show that is Hello Pilipinas. Okay, so now without any further ado, let's get into the lifestyle happenings right now. So let's go to video.ninja as we will fire up the inquiry lifestyle. By the way, we are just um 2 days away before the election date, and yes, we will be having a full day coverage of koolNews. Yes, you heard that. You heard me right. There will be a full day election coverage of koolNews later. Not later. I mean, this Monday. So yes. All right. So now let's head over to Lifestyle Inquirer, and let's talk about the reactions to the new Pope, that is Pope Leo 14. Okay, so let's get the screen share right now. Of course, let me just double check the settings. All right, so now as we are heading over to the article, not article, as we head over to the first lifestyle headline, which we are going to talk about the Pope Leo 14. So here it is, and here's what the author Pauline Miranda has to say about this. We woke up to news of a new puppet being chosen today, and in between official updates by news organizations and journalists following the biggest Catholic event from the Vatican, we have also been getting blow by blow commentary from the sharpest and funniest all over X, Instagram, and TikTok. The world's eyes are on the Vatican, even those who aren't Catholic, and all we can say is the conclave happening during the social media obsessed brain rot prevalent area. I find it funny that they call it brain rot. But yeah, makes the news professional and otherwise even more chaotic. It's also ironic that the new puppet has also been called one who is extremely online. Notably, he dished out a theological to GD Vance on X, saying the US Vice President was wrong in their statement and that Jesus doesn't ask us to rank our love for others. The new puppet is also vocal on several social issues, taking to social media to comment. Inquirer.net writes, in 14 years since his X account was created, he has posted more than 400 times opinion on a range of hot-button issues. Racism, sexual abuse by the clergy, COVID-19, the police murder of George Floyd, and Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But on the other side of things, social media denizens have spent the last few days and hours posting all about the conclave, the cardinals, and Pope Leo 14 being an unexpected entry and winner. From Pinoys making parallels to the recent elections and beauty pageants to reality show adaptations of the conclave announcement. Now we will have a look at the puppet post, and that's what the Inquirer is gonna say. Here are some of the puppet posts that made us laugh out loud today. So here we go. Let's take a look at the social media posts, mostly from X. This dude was not in any of the TikTok edits I have seen. Yeah, really. Good morning talaga, or I should say really. Filipino coping humor will always pick up here. Hindi ako man katulog kasi tawang-tawa pa rin ako sa commentary. Lamaw. Let's move on. From Kabulastukan, muntik muntik ka na pala si Cardinal Dagle kung nakpahuli siya ng kunti. And that is kind of hilarious. Mga Pinoy, mga pag hindi si Cardinal Dagle yung bagong Santo Papa. Pagkitang ng kompis. Next, we have they stole Douglas they sang lol. And of course, this post is from Pinoy Big Brother Celebrity Edition. If I'm correct, this is from Pinoy Big Brother Celebrity Edition. Lol. Like yeah, but I can recognize this. I can recognize the screen. This frame from Pinoy Big Brother. Really, I can recognize this one. Like that. This is what they used to react to if if they lost the conclave. All right, next. My dad will rush into the room. I was like, a new puppet was announced. Mind you, we're Muslim. Next, we have here from Drug Fans Philippines. I was not expecting that they're gonna post this one related to the Catholic puppet. Two cardinals stand before me. Prior to tonight, you were asked to prepare a lip sync performance of Anima Christi by Bukas Balat Music Industry. This is your last chance to impress me and win papacy. The time has come for you to lip sync for your life. And yes, it is true that that the Filipino puppet was considered as frontrunner, and then he lost. But we got American by this Patro Paulin. I mean, at least He's nice. He's also nice enough, right? All right. Next we have here is from G Hole Hug. They're stunning church cardinals like K-pop group members now. Who the F is Soapy? Let's take a look. If it ever loads, let's take a look.
Yo no. Yo no. Yo no. Yo no.
At this point, it's just being looped. At this point, it's just being looped right now. But yeah. So that is something that you just saw. Yeah, that is just something you just saw. And in the reply, soon they'll be carrying photos of their favorite cardinal adorned with stickers and keychains like K-pop stans do. True. In Bridgerton terms, the queen has not yet chosen who is the diamond of the season. And we all know that this is the black smoke. If we all know that the black smoke means no Pope was elected at that time. And if we get the white smoke, it means that we have a new Pope decided. That's how it works. Alright, so that is Inquiry's favorite reactions to their social media posts from netizens, and really, this is hilarious, especially this post on X, and I'm quite surprised. Once again, guys, I am quite surprised that they managed to grab this snapshot from Pinoy Big Brother Celebrity Edition. I mean, I find this interesting. Seriously, I really do. That clear, huh? That clear. I know. I know we can all feel the pain for this one here. But yeah, and before we take a break, as you can see, it already has gained 34,000 likes on X. You heard me right. It has gained 34,000 likes on X. With that, that is our first lifestyle happenings to cover this morning, and yeah, we will be taking a break as we will continue to dive deeper into more lifestyle that you need to know right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 9:12 in the morning. Stay along with us.
This program was brought to you by TVH, the home of entertainment. Tutok na sa TVH. Available in high definition via Delsat TV. Bisitahin ang youtube.com/@TVH Network PH para sa inyong paboritong mga highlights at live shows.
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available Dream Cars frozen pizza in supermarkets near you.
Ultron Blaze 100 Euro 6 for a more powerful, cleaner, and efficient engine. Surf Bar and Fabric Conditioner. Baygon, the #1 insect killer brand in the Philippines. Pride Bar Blue, hindi lang puti, kisla puti. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
And Smart Dishwashing Paste, double tanggaling formula against sebo and bacteria. Smart Dishwashing Paste, a product of ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS. koolFM.
Our mood is to dance, in the mood to take a chance. Game na mood, bagayan, any mood, sabayan. Sakyan ang bawat mood, that's and make light with your mood. Light and calorie, afford mo light vibe, basta light, get it everywhere. And get into the light life, sun, make light.
Drink responsibly.
Ang tunog ng immunity na hirap lumaban sa sipon.
Matagal gumaling sa sipon symptoms. Matagal gumaling sa sipon symptoms.
Versus immunity na nag-Neozep Z Plus Forte, now with zinc.
Pinalakas laban sa sipon virus. Pinalakas laban sa sipon virus. Pinalakas laban sa sipon virus. Pinalakas.
Sa Neozep Z Plus Forte with zinc, pinalakas ang immunity versus previous formulation para bilis galing sa sipon symptoms by 2 to 3 days with proper diet and exercise. Kaya balik saya sa mga gusto mong gawin.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Phenylephrine HCl plus chlorpheniramine maleate plus paracetamol plus zinc is the generic name of Neozep Z Plus Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Pag may lagnat si bunso at mapait ang gamot, pahirapan sa pag-inom. Pero pag Kidilets, madaling inumin para gumaling.
United Home Kitty-Lets. Chewable paracetamol in candy flavors.
Unilab yan.
Paracetamol is the generic name of Kitty-Lets. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Madalas nangangasimang tiyan? Maaring acid yan. Pag may acid, Suprasid. Tandaan ang United Home Suprasid.
Unilab yan.
Sodium bicarbonate is the generic name of United Home Suprasid. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Ang kanlungan noon ni Tandang Sora para sa libu-libong katipunero ay isang ganap na lugar ng mga bayani ng ating buhay. Kasama mo ang himlayang Pilipino, laging handa baunin ang alaala ng iyong mga mahal sa buhay. Ang himlayang Pilipino ay naghahatid ng mga affordable na libingan hanggang sa mas magagarang mga mausoleo para sa mga pribadong pagdidilay. Bukas din ang tahanan ng alaala para sa iyong pangangailangang pagpupugay mula sa chapel rentals hanggang sa cremation. Para sa mga karagdagang impormasyon, maaari kayong tumawag o mag-text sa 0968-896-4850. Pumunta sa himlayangpilipino.org o sa aming Facebook, Himlayang Pilipino Incorporated, at Instagram, HPI Memorial Park.
Ang hanap ng Red Horse Beer, extra strong na tulad mo. Lakas ng tama pero di wasak sa hamon ng bukas. Panatag ang loob na bukas nanamnamin ang tagumpay. Red Horse Extra Strong, the #1 extra strong beer in the world. Drink responsibly.
Para po.
Nanghihina? Dugo mo to. Baka anemic ka. You need the help of 60 milligrams of iron from Hemarate FA para Hemarite. Right dose. Kaya recommended for Filipinos per DOH-AO number 2010-0010 with proper diet and exercise. Para po! Hemarate FA, the blood vitamin.
Alagang Unilab yan.
Iron pyridoxine, vitamin B6, cyanocobalamin, vitamin B12, folic acid is the generic name of Hemarate FA. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Madalas mapasok kapag niluluto para sa pamilya? Basta may paso o burn, United Home Burn Ointment agad.
Unilab yan.
Benzocaine, boric acid, and eucalyptus is the generic name of United Home Burn. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Maulan man, no worries na amoy kulob ang damit.
Charm, Fabcon, bangong kumakabloom, tanggal amoy kulob sa bango ng Charm.
Charm Babcon with Bloom Fresh technology kills 99.9% of kulob-causing bacteria tested. May aroma burst pa of thousands of flowers and berries.
Ang sampay sa loob, no amoy kulob.
Bangong kumakabloom sa Charm.
Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality.
ACS.
Ay, kapagod. Paolo Avellino po. It's hard to give your 100% sa work kapag masakit ang katawan mo. Buti may Salon Pass. With direct ingredient penetration, fast acting within 30 minutes, long-lasting relief up to 8 hours for shoulder, neck, and back pain. Whew, direct, ready na ako. For pain that massage alone can't relieve. Relief that sticks up to 8 hours. Salon Pass.
Methyl salicylate menthol tocopherol acetate camphor is a generic name of Salon Pass. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Your home for relaxing favorites. FM.
Welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. It is now 9:20 in the morning as we continue with our last our explorations with the latest in lifestyle happenings and more right here on Hello Pilipinas. So let's continue what we are doing here. Let me just, how do I do this? Yeah, it's gonna take some time for me to get used to this new setup, of course, but yeah. Okay, now we will be switching back to the live to my screen share here. So yes, let's look for another one and see what we can talk about. Okay, well, should we talk about this? Probably, because this is a very recent headline from coming from the Inquirer Lifestyle. So yeah, we might talk about this right now. So, and yes, if you have been wondering why you have been losing hope in voting, well, don't give up just yet. So here's the reason why it's still worth it to vote. That is from Jalu Galang. So let's begin reading this. Filipinos have a particular relationship with voting. Currently, thousands of viewers drain their wallets just to save their favorite Pinoy Big Brother Celebrity Collab Edition housemate every 2 weeks. The highest one can spend on a single vote is 100 pesos. From reality shows to talent contests, we have been accustomed to participating, even parasocially, for the fate of other people. That the praise insert quick solution to minor inconvenience here, sent to 2366, has been running gag online for years. From beauty contests to singing competitions, we're willing to fight tooth and nail just to lead our fates to victory. We're so used to this behavior that it has come to a point where we need to be reminded that we can't apply the same knee-jerk response of campaigning for this year's papal conclave. The Philippines is deemed a collectivist society, which means the interests of the collective often override the interests of the individual. Filipinos generally feel a strong sense of pride towards their group and will celebrate their pride through sharing stories or facts about their family, barangay, village, or town, writes Cultural Atlas. This is why it's not strange to us to instantly gather and build groups, even for the most unexpected reasons. Our relationship with voting, though, gets trickier when the elections arrive. Most of the time, the country ends up ushering self-serving candidates, plunderers, morally corrupt individuals, and politically inexperienced or questionable political dynasty beds to the seats of power. As a culture who treats the act of voting passionately, one of the problems may involve how we reach our final choices and maybe how we see the value of our vote in the first place. All elections are relational in nature, meaning their importance depends on how a voter regards his/her vote in relation to the practicalities of their daily lives, writes Randy David in his column Public Lives. 3 years ago, during the 2022 national elections, to be exact, I worked on this social media card that is referring to the altar with my former workmates. While it received an outpour of affirmations, the collective remark at the other end of the spectrum would say, why are we dictating other people's decision-making process? Where would empathy take us? Now in 2025, it has become more challenging to answer this, as the hope that ignited in the previous elections has dwindled too. Among my peers, although there are still hopeful and optimistic ones who haven't backed down, have mostly been weighed down by the air of defeat. Those who became politically proactive for the first time were only met with disappointment, prompting them to reassess if doing the same efforts again would even matter. We're in a constant rotation of thinking of uprooting to anywhere, but here, although we can't afford to do it, ranting about how our taxes eat up our inadequate salaries, and joking about how it's a lady rent to love this country that even the daily act of going to work feels meaningless, given the absence of a solid future. Personally, I also have a hard time writing this piece because I haven't been sure where to get hope from anymore. I'm referring to the author, keep that in mind. But come to think of it, there are bigger odds at stake if we surrender to this feeling of loss. Many of our countrymen, after all, only have this life as their choice, so what happens if we all gradually give up? As a democratic country, our vote is one of the things that we rightfully have, something fought for by the brave souls who came before us. Our vote is also a letter to the future generations, and if that idea overwhelms you, you can start with those who are younger than you in your families, close circles, or communities. In one way or another, the power we will bestow upon the next officials will serve as our ticket of participation, where it's the next decision on the budget allocation for education, protection of the marginalized, preservation of our environment, safeness of our roads, and many more. Unsure where to get hope before the midterm elections on Monday? Well, the author has a few helpful thoughts to share. Gen Zs are often dubbed snowflakes for being sensitive and vocal about things that don't work. But if you look closely, it's rarely because of selfish reasons, especially when it comes to social issues. This is why it can be a silver lining that among the 68.6 million registered voters for the midterm elections, about 20 million are Gen Z, as estimated by COMELEC Chair George Garcia. In a War Seat article, BBDO Guerrero Sadi Kajilian reveals that 72% of Filipino Gen Zs learn about societal and political issues via social media, with 1 in 2 linking this phenomenon with anxiety about the world. While these feelings are valid as they are, the youth can eventually translate into considerate action, and we have had a lot of examples in the past, whether it's through climate activism and initiatives or protests in remembrance of history. An Inquirer article reports political analyst Edna Ko's view of the youth's impending influence in the elections through a TV interview in the mix of English and Filipino. Gen Z voters are what we call the digital generation. They're not just passive receivers of information, they can also be active participants and shapers of how technology is used and how information is spread through digital means. They're also the ones educating voters from other age groups. Next, everything is political. That was further amplified because of recent events like the infrastructure that failed us, education crisis, inflation rate, additional taxes, and more. How our country operates is based on the decisions made by the people in power, which gradually spills over to how we operate daily. We can't always squeeze our resources to donate to the victims of a super typhoon, but we can contribute to how these people are sustained and sheltered beforehand. We can't always accompany our friends to make sure they are safe wherever they go, but we can choose the lawmakers who will protect their rights in whatever scenario. We can't visit every school in far-flung areas to bring school supplies, but we can help ensure that our next officials prioritize these children's education in their plans. We can't always chip in for a young artist or a budding athlete's call for donations, but we can elect candidates who can genuinely connect them to rare opportunities. Voting for the right people can help us quit the seemingly default act of relying on band-aid solutions. Imagine the possible long-term fixes that can be created. That alone makes the effort to vote worthwhile. And let me add here, you have to make sure what you are voting for has has the platform, right? You have to make sure you have to make sure to research before voting on the candidate, because you need to look into political history if they made some good or bad contributions, and if you are certain that they will do good to the country, then go for then go vote for it. That's all I can say, right? And as always, there are some politicians that are new to the politics, Philippine politics, and I suggest you should wait a little longer if they can handle the politics. And if you do not trust a candidate, like if you don't trust their questionable contributions to the Philippine politics, then don't vote. So make sure you vote wisely, okay? I repeat, vote wisely and decide who you are voting for and what future will it bring. Same can be said for the party list, because you have to check what party lists are they, what platform are they offering for their own party lists. All right, moving on. In a Philippine Daily Inquirer article, Ana Cristina Tuason writes that learned helplessness is beneficial to authoritarianism. The solution to learned helplessness is clear examples of good governance. We need to show that good change is more than just possible, it already exists. As an individual, you represent only one vote to cast, and so does everyone else. There's nothing braver than maximizing all that you can offer, even if you feel like it's such a minuscule thing in the grand scheme of things. As political content creator Nika CG says in the video, there's still a chance for our country to progress, but it would need individual sacrifices. That is something I will have to add too. Sounds like a tall order, yes, but a shift of perspective can also tell us that it's great that we can actually do so much. Entities like Pinoy Big Brother, beauty pageants, and talent competitions definitely don't hold the same importance as the national elections, but it can prompt us to revisit what feels our choice. Are they centered on our personal preferences alone, or are they for the greater good? Are we picking names for short-lived satisfaction, or are they for long-term results? That is important that you need to ask yourself. To see our election vote only as a minimum to do something in vain is a disservice to its value. That is correct. To see it as merely picking biases is underestimating the power it holds for us and the person next to us. It's time we utilize our collectivist nature to drive more empathy rather than to prove a point or carry pride just for the sake of it. It's true that the elections can change the country overnight. There are bigger battles after and outside of it, and it's not impossible to feel let down again. But in the bigger picture, it's still worthwhile to create even a dent. The numbers we would produce would be a statement in itself. We're still here in this country. We have been here long enough to see its ills, and we will steer its direction up until we no longer count. Remember, we're only 2 days away before the elections kick in, and this is your chance to go review your potential candidates on who you are voting for and make wise decisions. Now let's head over to the next one. Uh, give me a second, guys. Alright, let's see what else we should talk. Alright, it's It's Mother's Day. Apparently, my mother would be around Mother's Day though, but yeah, it's okay. So here are the Mother's Day tips that you should know since Mother's Day is on May 11th. So this is written by Carl Martin Augustine from Inquire Lifestyle. And what can we do this Mother's Day? We all know it should take a yearly holiday to give our loved ones the adoration and recognition they rightfully deserve. Yet, that doesn't necessarily mean we shouldn't go all out on the days dedicated to them. This Mother's Day, we do away with the typical dinners and take the festivities up a notch for mom. From bonding workshops to engaging in ritual therapy, you won't run out of activities to celebrate your queen of the house. Let's let's take a look at the first one. First, we have Crafted with Love. That is for mom, Crafted with Love. That is held by the Corner House. Yes, that is held by the Corner House. A hand-crafted gift will always be more personal than anything bought, and what better way to treat your mom more than one with one made from the heart. This Sunday, May 11th, the Corner House is hosting a series of crafting workshops where you can make cards, bracelets, and paintings, and maybe even with mom. And we have another one from Laro Ceramics. So yeah, and they are holding a mug making class and buy one get one wheel throwing class. So both are from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, and for buy one get one wheel throwing class, they have 6 slots available, and while in mug making class they have 8 slots available. Elsewhere, you can also take mom on a clay day to Laro Ceramics in Katipunan, Quezon City, where you can both compete to see who will make the better mug. Aside from the first two, we have the Kind Community. That is from the Kind Cookie. Our mom's shopping habits have all likely influenced us, and what better way to celebrate Mother's Day than by going on a splurge? This May 10 and 11, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., head on to the Cafe in Makati for the Kind Community Weekend. Aside from looking over their section of treats, accessories, and clothes, there are also several activities in store, from affordable to a bouquet making station. And if we look at the next one, you have the catalog. So for the food, you have Raro Gelato, fast food, the Kind Cookie, or the clothing, Beyond Collective, accessories, Bedded by B, Coquette Corner, Daily Terry, trinkets, jewelry, and the others, Estelita, Giddy, Guava Smells, and photo booth by B, and snack on cookies with Hello Janina. You can have your own figurines, make your own buffet at Estelita's Bloom Bar, snap a pic at photo booth by B&J, create a loop lock create a loop lock is that right? Create a loop lock charm with Rated by B. Get a new pricing at Trinkets Jewelry and decorate your own mermaid brush with Good Bed Corner. And the last pick we have are the promos. And for the trinkets, you get 5% off on products if you follow Trinkets Jewelry on Instagram and TikTok, and 5% off all orders made during the pop-up event, and 5% off when you book your pricing in advance. That is for trinkets, and first 15 customers get 10% off. That is so yeah, that's the these are the activities so far that they're holding at the Kind Community that is going to be held from May 10 to 11. Next we have is Rustans. Yes, Rustans, ladies and gents. If you're feeling like testing your credit card limit, head on to Rustans and enjoy their Mother's Day deals, featuring enticing discounts on brands such as Jane Iredale, Clarins, and Chef Alfred. If you have a Rustan's Frequent Shoppers Program card, sweet treats and other giveaways await you on your next visit. So let's take a look. So you have you have 20% off for this one here, 50% off for Clarines, up to 30% off for on selected regular price items from participating women's brands, up to 40% off on select regular price items from participating home brands, up to 50% off on select regular price items from participating kids brands, up to 50% off on select regular price items from Shea Fur, up to 50% off on select regular price items from Cross, and a gift for mom. You will receive a handcrafted ceramic trinket tray by Pottery Sessions, designed exclusively for Rustan's Silver Vault, with a minimum purchase of 25,000 pesos. And finally, if you are interested in their promos, you can scan the QR code right now for more promos if you are interested. Next we have here, and this time it's related to food and beverage, and that is from Soban K-Town. Yes, Soban. So you have the good selection of the menu here, and yeah, we're gonna read here. Typical K barbecue indicates a steady balance between cook and eater. This Mother's Day, take on a full-time role of cook and let the queen of the house sit still, look pretty, and feast all she wants. So here are the catalog that Soban is offering for Mother's Day. You have Ilma's Classic Barbecue Feast set for 2. You have set for 4. You have Grand Barbecue Feast set for 2. And set for 4. So this is pretty cool. And this is if you are interested in cooking Korean barbecue, you can have a visit right now, or you can order their food from Grab right now. And if you are interested in visiting one of the restaurants, here are the locations, and this is only based for National Capital Region in Philippines. You have SM Mega Mall B, that is located at 3rd floor. Upper ground floor, that is SM North EDSA. Ground floor for Robinson's Place, Manila. 3rd floor for Greenbelt 3. And 2nd floor for 1 Bonifacio High Street Central at Bonifacio Global City. Next we have is some interesting necklace. So this is from I Did It Myself DIY Bakery. So you have some interesting promo right here. So yeah, you will get a free silver pink wheel necklace for the first 20 customers to reserve a slot at each branch. So if you are one of the first 20 customers, you will get a silver pink wheel necklace. So yeah, cakes are standard gifts given across various holidays. Take this to the next level by making them yourself or with mom at the I Did It Myself DIY Bakery. And for the branch, if we are looking at the hashtag, they're available at SM Mega Mall, North ESTA, and Alia Malls, Manila Bay. And the last one we have is from Marco Polo. So yeah, you have Mom's Violet Embrace, which is a limited edition red velvet and strawberry cream cheesecake that it will run for the entire month of May. And this is how it looks like. So if you're doubting your baking skills, head on to Marco Polo Articas Manila and get their limited edition Mom's Velvet Embrace, a red velvet and strawberry cream cheesecake, available only this May. So these are the festivities that you might be interested this Mother's Day, and you can bring your mom to one of these locations listed in this Inquirer Lifestyle article. So yeah, this is what you can do this Mother's Day. And to our beloved moms out there, happy Mother's Day in advance. And yes, tomorrow or May 12th will be the Mother's Day, rather, yes. So yeah, there you go. So these are the activities so far for Mother's Day that you can do. All right, without any further ado, we will be taking a break as we prepare for as we will be preparing for the early morning news headlines with koolNews Early Edition. It is now 9:45 in the morning. Stay along with us. We will return after the break.
This program was brought to you by Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated. Pilsen knocks out the air cleaning paint. Tender Josie, #1 hot dog, walang katulad. UNC, moving it for Filipinos since 1969. Unique toothpaste, Maxalaga with maximum fluoride protection. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified world-class quality. ACS. Ginuman San Rafael, ganadong mabuhay. And Soda Pop, now with flavors of strawberry, blueberry, green apple, raspberry, and more. Starting at 39 pesos. Soda Pop, pop the party with flavor, where every sip is a celebration. You're listening to koolFM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Get all your fresh food essentials at Metro Supermarket. Experience sulit fresh savings with discounts of up to 50% and bundle offers on select fruits, vegetables, seafood, and meat. Shop at Metro Supermarket for all your fresh food needs at affordable, budget-friendly prices. Don't miss out on the sulit deals. Take advantage of Metro Supermarket's fresh savings promo every Thursday to Sunday per DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB 212325 series of 2025.
Para sa kainan, sa kantahan, sa kahit saan, ano mang adventure kasama mo ang Globe. Para sa groovy, sa Get Ready with me, ano mang post mo kasama mo ang Globe.
Dahil sa Globe 5G Network, ano mang gusto mong gawin sa iba't ibang sulok ng bansa,
kasama mo ang Globe. Kasama mo ang Globe. Kasama mo ang Globe.
Go forward together! Globe!
Gusto mo bang gumising sa mas magandang Pilipinas? Yung mapayapa, maunlad ang bawat isa at maayos ang lahat? Ngayong eleksyon, may pagkakataon tayong pumili ng tama. Hanapin natin kung ano at sino ang totoo. Yung may kakayahan at karapat-dapat, may integridad at matapat. May pag-asang mapaganda ang kinabukasan ng bansa kapag sama-sama tayong gumising at pumili ng tama. Kaya bangon at bumoto. Gisingin ang Pilipinas. Gisingin ang mundo.
Sa ulo ng mga balita.
Nabitin? Magtusiran Forte with Total Cough Relief Formula. Laban sa dry non-stop ubo, kati sa lalamunan due to post-nasal drip at sakit sa kakaubo.
Tusiran Forte!
Unilab yan.
Dextromethorphan, HBr plus phenylpropanolamine HCl plus paracetamol is the generic name of Tusiran Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Sa tulong ng Revicon Forte, may palag ang lakas mo. Sagat ka na ba o papalag ba? Sa Revicon Forte, kahit pagod ka na, may ibubuga ka pa. Sa Revicon Forte, may palag ang lakas mo.
Proper diet and exercise. Unilab yan. Multivitamins, minerals, amino acids is the generic name of Revicon Forte. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Paolo Avellino po. Body pain can stop you from doing your best. Salon Pass with direct ingredient penetration, fast acting within 30 minutes, long-lasting relief up to 8 hours for shoulder, neck, and back pain. Salon Pass.
Methyl salicylate menthol tocopherol acetate camphor is a generic name of Salon Pass. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Break time means refreshing up time for me. Magnolia healthy and fruit drink refresh it up. Fits me to a T. Sabayan niyo akong tikman. From mango's tropical rush to grapes juicy stir fry, strawberry sweet, lemons kick, apples crisp fries, fruity flavor for all. Magnolia health.
For intense fresh breath, choose Close-Up Red Hot. Or cool fresh breath bang hanap mo, choose Close-Up Green Menthol. Mapa-intense fresh or cool fresh man ang hanap mo, choose fresh. Choose Close-Up with regular use.
I'm moving closer to you.
Choose Close-Up.
Bakit kahit quality, abot kaya pa rin ang Right Med? Dahil gusto ng Right Med na kayo'y makibahagi ng gusto sa buhay. Coco Martin po at kasama ako ng Right Med.
Gusto namin na gumaling kayo.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Kabayanin kita sa One Ginebra Nation. Kaya para sa barangay, ako namang magbibigay. Kabayanin tayo. Kabayanin kita.
Drink responsibly.
Visayas and Mindanao. This is koolNews Early Edition. I am Caro, and once again we are live on koolFM Manila, koolFM Regional, and News Radio 93.1 in bringing the latest stories that care for you. Let's begin with our top stories this morning. The waiting game in several areas of Bohol province has started at least 3 days before the May 12 elections. A number of voters were watching for signs of uwan-uwan or ulan-ulan, which means fall, but it's used as a term for money that is expected to pour in from the camps of several candidates. Some people assign codes to refer to this windfall. Gives pusil, meaning gunshot, wiwik, giving, and inanggayan means sharing. The amount, however, varies since some candidates may hand out a measly 50 pesos per voter, while those with deeper pockets and seeking higher posts shell out as much as 7,000 pesos. As voters prepare to troop to voting precincts on Monday, the Inquirer gathered accounts of those in the Visayas who have received money from candidates from as low as 50 pesos to as high as 10,000 pesos in exchange for their votes. Veer, a Boholano, who asked that his real name not be used in the story, told the Inquirer that he was able to buy a new phone for his daughter after receiving a total of 7,000 pesos, 6,000 pesos from a mayoral candidate, and 100 pesos each from those running for councilor. Veer maintained that he was not selling his vote but was merely accepting the kindness shown to him by local candidates. He said the slate of the mayoral candidate promised to give them an additional 3,000 pesos to match the 10,000 pesos that the rivals had earlier pledged to dispute. The possibility of receiving cash from candidates has enticed many Boholanos working or living outside the province to return before the elections. A resident who asked to be identified only as Eddie, for instance, went straight to the house of a candidate for mayor to collect his money after he arrived in Bohol on Wednesday from Ipil, Zamboanga, Sibugay, where he worked as a contractual salesperson at a department store. Eddie insisted that he was not selling his vote, stressing that he would stick to his choice of candidates regardless of the playout. Sorry, not playout, of the payout. He said, "I am just collecting the money because these are actually ours, but we will vote according to our co-science." He said, "Distribution of cash days before the major elections, however, is not unique to Bohol. Similar practices are happening in several areas of other Visayan province. In Eastern Visayas region, for instance, money, commonly referred to as badil, is typically placed inside white envelopes bearing the names of candidates and distributed by campaign staff, who are often accompanied by the candidates' barangay leaders to the voters' house." Unlike in past elections when badil was usually distributed late at night or in the early morning, transactions this year were happening in broad daylight, according to voters interviewed by the inquiry. Officials of the Commission on Elections or COMELEC heard about reports of vote buying, but said they needed more evidence other than the envelopes or money distributed so case would prosper. Lawyer Major Krishna Atina Elardo, COMELEC Regional Legal Officer, said, "Just presenting the bad deal is not enough. There must be complainants who are willing to execute an affidavit stating that they received money from a specific candidate. It's better if the complaint is supported by a video recording." So far, the COMELEC office in Eastern Visayas has received 5 formal complaints involving the alleged distribution of cash, food banks, and even the use of government vehicles during the campaign. Eduardo said show cause orders have been issued so concerned candidates could explain their actions. Violators, she said, would face charges under the Omnibus Election Code and may be disqualified. In Yete province, candidates running for a councillor were reportedly handing out amounts as low as 50 pesos per voter. Candidates for mayor shall out between 500 pesos and 3,000 pesos per voter. In Samar province, a village official disclosed that 10,000 pesos was being given to each voter, supposedly a poll amount from candidates running for provincial, congressional, and municipal positions under the same political party. That this is a big amount of money for us. We have 5 voters in the family. At 10,000 pesos each, that's 50,000 pesos in total, which is enough to buy a motorcycle, said the official who spoke on condition of anonymity. Zenaida, a 58-year-old mother of 5 from Yete, admitted receiving money from TV candidates even if she wasn't aware that the practice was illegal. "I know it's wrong, but we only receive money from them candidates during election time. Somehow, bad deal helps us buy our household needs," she told the Inquirer. As of May 8, she had collected over 2,300 pesos and was expecting more this weekend before she cast her ballot on Monday. In Iloilo province, a resident said those attending barangay classes and rallies were given between 150 pesos and 200 pesos each. Police Colonel Bayani Razalan, director of the Iloilo Provincial Police, urged policemen to be vigilant against election-related offenses, especially vote buying. 3 candidates for town council in Dumangas Town had been issued show cause orders and were required to explain following complaints linking them to vote buying. In the city in Cebu province, cash ranging from 100 pesos to 4,000 pesos had been included in some of bullets given to voters during the campaign. A voter who declined to be identified in this report revealed she received 2,000 pesos from representatives of a political party who urged her to vote for their slate. The representatives personally visited me at home to hand over the money, she said. Some candidates for councillors in cities and towns in Cebu also gave voters money from 100 pesos to 600 pesos each. A woman who asked not to be identified said campaign staffers of a mayor candidate promised to give 3,500 pesos per voter, while his opponent offered a higher amount of 4,000 pesos. But not all candidates distributed cash. In Bohol, some aspirants distributed claim stubs for several kilos of rice and some grocery items. Last week, a group led by Father Darwin Gitgano, a Catholic priest based in Valencia town, started filing complaints against candidates whom they accused of buying votes. Bishop Alberto Uy of the Diocese of Tabilaran appealed to the public to vote according to their conscience and to not allow politicians' money to influence them. Elections are not merely political events, they are moral choices. They are opportunities to shape the kind of society we want to live in, one that reflects justice, truth, and compassion, he said in the pastoral letter on May 8th. Your vote is not for sale. No amount of cash or short-term favor can ever outweigh the long-term consequences of choosing the wrong leaders. Conscience, formed in truth and faith, must be your guide, the bishop said. This is koolNews Early Edition. It's exactly 10 o'clock as we continue our headlines. The departure drop-off area at the Nino Aquino International Airport Naya Terminal 1 is now following a parallel layout the new Naya Infracorp said on Friday. This layout replaced the diagonal setup used by the airport terminal since the 1990s. This change is part of the ongoing efforts to make curbside drop-offs safer and more efficient for passengers and drivers alike, NNIC said in the statement. Meanwhile, security bollards in the airport are also undergoing reviews for security checks. The bollards have been installed across the airport since 2019. At the same time, an audit of all security bollards across Naya is underway to ensure they were properly installed, the airport terminal operator added. This came after a sports duty vehicle crash outside Terminal 1 last Sunday, claiming the lives of a 28-year-old man and a 4-year-old girl. The bollards, which were supposed to prevent the car from ramping further into the pedestrians and facilities, have been the subject of scrutiny for the past few days. According to a 2019 report by the Manila International Airport Authority, the government spent around 8 million pesos for the installation of security bollards at Naya Terminals 1, 2, 3, and 4. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ordered an investigation into the bollards procurement and specifications. The MIA and the San Miguel Corporation earlier said that they are already investigating the faulty bollards and the tragic incident. Six individuals were arrested by the National Bureau of Investigation for plotting to manipulate the automated counting machines that would supposedly ensure victory of a mayoral candidate in exchange for 30 million pesos. The NPR said that the arrest came from the complex information regarding Ipa Zambales, mayoral candidate Attorney Genaro Montefalcon, who was offered the service, quote-unquote, in April 2025. The suspects presented to the media on Friday were identified as Roland Yucap, Theody Apalos, Joseph Ong, Cherry Lynn Adriano, Rob Edward Salas, and Francis James Mapua, yes. After approaching Montefalcon last month, NPR said that Abalos and Adriano claimed connections with the Commission on Elections, or COMELEC, and offered to secure his victory in the upcoming May 12 elections by manipulating the automated counting machines for a fee of 30 million pesos. Abalos further claimed to have a direct connection with the previous COMELEC chairman, stating that he is the nephew of Senator candidate Benher Apolos and a grandson of former COMELEC chairman Benjamin Apolos, the NBI noted in the statement. The NBI further said that Montefalcon became skeptical of the offer and immediately reported the incident to the COMELEC. An entrapment operation was conducted on Thursday after the ball body relayed the information to the NBI Olongapo District Office. The NBI said that Montefalcon, under the guise of accepting the offer, met with the suspects in a hotel where he was told to pay for a down payment of 50 million pesos and the remaining amount after the elections. The subjects were arrested after Montefalcon handed over the money. The suspects are facing charges for violating Article 177 and 315 of the Revised Penal Code and Section 28 of the Republic Act No. 9369 or the Automated Election System Act. In a separate incident, the COMELEC recently filed charges of usurpation of authority and falsification of public documents against 3 individuals claiming to be ball body employees who wanted to inspect automated counting machines in an elementary school in Laguna. COMELEC Chairman George Aaron Garcia earlier warned that these tactics to intervene in the midterm elections are unauthorized by the ball body and just aim to deceive and milk money from candidates. The personal vehicle of journalist Manny Jaudian was torched by unidentified suspects in Sakay Town, Camiguin Province on Saturday. Jaudian told in part the incident happened at around 2 a.m. The fire personnel and I found a plastic container and a makeshift torch for ignition emitting flammable vapor order, Jordan said in a text message. He added that they have already submitted these items for laboratory examination. Jodian, who is past president of Cadian de Oro Press Club, has a news podcast titled Kalang Dragas with Mindanao Daily News, a media outlet based here. His vehicle prominently carried such markings. Three Venezuelan city police officers were arrested in an entrapment operation on Wednesday after allegedly demanding 100,000 pesos from an unidentified complainant. The Northern Police District said the arrested cops accused the complainant's housemate of theft and demanded the money in exchange for not filing a case against them. Apart from the three, 15 Venezuelan city police officers were also relieved from their posts in line with the principles of accountability and internal cleansing. Among those relieved was the chief of the City Police Investigation Section, the NPD added. In line with President Marcos' order, the Department of Budget and Management on Friday said it approved the across-the-board 2,000 pesos honoraria hike for teachers and poll workers. As directed by our beloved President Marcos, finally, our teachers and poll workers will receive a 2,000 pesos across-the-board increase on the compensation for the 2025 midterm elections, said Budget Secretary Amana Pangadaman in the statement. Pangadaman said the new honoraria rates for electoral board chairperson will be 12,000 pesos from the 10,000 pesos. Poll clerk and third member will now get 11,000 pesos from the previous 9,000 pesos, while support staff will have 8,000 pesos from previous 6,000 pesos. DBM noted that the 2025 General Appropriations Act earmarked 7.4 billion pesos for poll worker compensation. The total number of poll workers for the national and local elections at 758,549, according to DBM citing Commission on Elections or COMELEC data. Pangadaman then urged COMELEC to ensure that our teachers and poll workers will get their compensation as quickly as possible. They deserve nothing less, she said. In a related development, Palace Communications had a directive to launch a 24/7 monitoring center in a bid to ensure a clean and honest midterm elections. This is a real-time digital command post which is ready to detect, prevent, and end online misinformation and disinformation, Castro said in a regular briefing. This war room was launched by the COMELEC and the Department of Information and Communications Technology. COMELEC spokesperson John Rex Lutianco said the Quezon City-based 24/7 threat monitoring center of COMELEC and the ICT with Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center was launched on Monday. And Vice President Sara Duterte on Friday rejected outright the complaints of inciting to sedition and grave threats filed against her by the National Bureau of Investigation for allegedly making arrangements to kill President Marcos, his wife Lisa Arieta Marcos, and Speaker Martin Romualdez August last year. Accompanied by her lawyers, she presented her counter affidavit to the Department of Justice to set the facts straight regarding the allegations. I categorically denied the charges against me, she said on the first page of her affidavit, which was provided by the Office of the Vice President. Being accused of a criminal offense, I am I am constitutionally presumed innocent even in these proceedings, and need not dignify the complaint with a reply when no evidence has been shown to support it. Nevertheless, I welcome this opportunity to set the facts straight and to correct complainant's false allegations, clear my name of the baseless charges, and spare our government and our people the corresponding waste of limited time, effort, and resources being cost thereby, she added. Only the front page of the affidavit was given to the inquiry by the OVP, since it was the portion of the document that was authorized for release. Duterte's lawyer, Michael Poa, told reporters that they could not yet disclose the full contents of the affidavit to avoid influencing the DOJ panel of prosecutors, which will conduct the preliminary investigation. Duterte stood on the right side of another lawyer beside POA. Poa said her presence at the DOJ was the fulfillment of her promise to face the charges. Poa said without elaborating on the reasons. She also said that he will face the right values. This time, on the first day of the plenary investigation, she appeared and filed his counter affidavit, and she just laid out the reasons why the complaint should not continue, and that the accusations against her should be trashed. Duterte told reporters that she won't answer their questions upon the advice of her lawyers. When asked if they expected a fair treatment from the DOJ, Poa said they expected nothing less. That's the minimum. We expect due process, not just for the Vice President, but anyone who goes through the preliminary investigation in the DOJ. We can only expect due process, he said. The complaint was filed by the NBI after the Vice President said during an online press conference on November 23, 2024, she said she had contracted someone to kill Marcos, his wife, and the Speaker, should an alleged assassination plot against her succeed. Duterte was summoned by NBI investigators following her threat last year, but she didn't appear for questioning. Duterte vehemently denied that she made a security threat against the president, who led the Unity Team ticket which swept the 2022 national elections. Common sense should be enough for us to understand and accept that a supposed traditional act of revenge does not constitute an active threat. This is a plan without flesh. Duterte told reporters on November 26, 2024. The country's two top officials had a falling out last year that broke open when she resigned as Education Secretary in July 2024. She has since launched trade raids against Mr. Marcos, accusing him of incompetence and of using drugs, and campaigned against the administration in next week's midterm polls. She was impeached by the House last December and will be tried by the Senate in July. According to POA, the next PI hearing was set for May 26, but Duterte will most likely not attend since she is no longer needed to appear in succeeding proceedings. Our early morning news headlines continues later at the next gap of koolNews early edition on Hello Pilipinas. It is now 10:14 in the morning as we will be taking a break, as we will continue to dive deeper with more lifestyle happenings right here on Hello Pilipinas. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This program was brought to you by DLX Karaoke, ang tunay na karaoke ng bayan. Shalom Kainan Restaurants, the Philippines' first ever contemporary Filipino Jewish cuisine, now serving you in 10 locations nationwide. Yakult Probiotic Drink, Yakult, Panalo Ka Tiyan. White Rose Papaya, Papaya Puti, Papaya Fast, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation, ISO certified, world-class quality. ACS. Eugen's 5G experience, now available with 1 GB data for BD.Global. QBA Telecom's all-new Aria Saya 30, now with 10 GB access to Mobile Legends, PUBG Mobile, Call of Duty, Wild Rift, Cookie Run Kingdom, and Clash Royale for 7 days. QBA Telecom, connecting every Filipino story. And People's Bank, equal banking for the Filipino people. People's Bank of the Philippines is a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
koolFM. Matanda na ako, kaya handa na akong magpaalam sa mga mahal ko sa buhay. Bye, anak! Laro muna kami ng mga apo ko.
Let's go, Lola!
Bye, mga mare! Unahan ko na kayo tumakbo! Ruwa ka!
Enjoy ang buhay pag nagbay sa Aray with Skelan. Lamang sa bisa para sa Aray. Hiyang pa sa heart at bulsa. $9.50 lang SRP. Naproxen sodium is the generic name of Skelan. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Inihahandog ng Tiki-Tiki serye ang mga bigating kwento ni nanay.
Oo, damang-dama ko. Napakabigat. Ng anak ko!
Sa Tiki-Tiki, dama ang bigating alaga ni Mommy. Bigatin sa vitamins na tulong sa pampagaan at pampalusog. Bigatin si baby. Kasi araw-araw nakatiki-tiki. Alaga pa ni Mommy with proper diet and exercise.
Kahit gaano ka pa kabigat, anak, kakayanin ko!
Dama ang bigating alaga.
Yan ang tatak, Tiki-Tiki.
Alagang Unilab yan. Mahalagang paalala, ang Tiki-Tiki ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng...
We choose the way we are. We wanna choose what's true. The best place to start is to feel what's real to you. Cause when you choose your true, your choice becomes your voice. So choose your true. Cause Salma, I'm GSMB. Choose your true love, your true passion. Choose your true. One time to take action. Choose your true. Cause Salma, I'm GSMB. Ikaw, what's your true? Drink responsibly.
New Surf Satin Fresh and Blue. May 3 times amoy pawis shield. Kaya based on lab test and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf.
Ako, ikaw, everybody, every bubbly, pop a Kelly. Si ate, si teacher at little boy, si BF, si Franny at mang boy. Every bubbly, pop a Kelly. Pati flavors, the bubbly, pineapple, Cali bubbly, apple, Cali bubbly, light, Cali bubbly. You, me, sila, sweet. Everybody, every bubbly, pop a Kelly. Magnolia, feeling good, set up.
Ang numero 1 kailangan sa ngayon, extra strong ka dapat para di ka mawasak ng anumang hamong ibigay sa'yo. Ang hanap ng Red Horse Beer, extra strong na tulad mo. Lakas, tama, kayang tumindig at harapin ang mga pagsubok na parating. Panatag ang loob na bukas na namnamin mo ang iyong tagumpay. Lakas ng tama pero di wasak sa hamon ng bukas. Red Horse Extra Strong, the number 1 extra strong beer in the world. Drink responsibly.
Sipping on McCafe iced coffee. Feeling unstoppable.
My fuel, my coffee. My rhythm, my coffee.
Get your McCafe. Stronger, creamier, and better than our previous iced coffee original blend. 49 pesos na lang at a McDonald's store near you.
My coffee, my cafe. My coffee, my cafe. My coffee, my cafe.
It's the best part of the day. Pahinga sa Eurotex that you can lean on. Pagaling sa Eurotex that you can lean on. Panaginip sa Eurotex that you can lean on.
Ano mang pangarap mong trip, Eurotex is the foam brand you can lean on. Trusted ng buong nation since 1968.
Pagising ako sa Eurotex that you can lean on.
Para good mood, Eurotex, the sleep specialist.
miss? Pabili ng Farex B.
ha? Ayaw ko ng iba.
Buong Pilipinas ay far excited! Hindi nagpapahinto sa ngalay, tusok, manhid sa tulong ng Farex Vitamin B1, B6, B12 with proper diet and healthy lifestyle.
If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Araw-araw, MX3 para MX-Traordinary. With alpha, beta, gamma na sangkap nito. Tunay, original at natural na suplemento. With MX3, some coffee and tea. With MX3, it's for you and me. With MX3, dito ako believe.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 capsule ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamiting panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Lifestyle happenings right here. Okay, so let's continue where we are left off here, and yes, let me go find. Oh great, I bet the debt collector is calling in the wrong time. Okay, anyway, so yeah, let's continue. Right, so where was I? Right. Yeah, right. Okay, so let's continue with our lifestyle happenings as usual. Alright, what do we have here right now? Okay, so we're gonna cover some writing safety tips, and yeah, we're gonna get into that right now. So here it is. Alright, so this is written by Carl Martin Augustine, which we just looked at his other article earlier. Motor vehicles are designed to crumple rather than withstand severe collisions. Dump crumple zones. These are located at the front and back of a car and are tasked with dispersing as much energy as possible away from the passengers. Today's vehicular crash tests typically operate with around 30 to 40 meters per hour or miles per hour. Is that right? 30 to 40 meters per hour or 48 to 60 kilometers per hour range. However, these safety measures are bound to fail on expressways where speeds past 60 meters per hour or 100 kilometers per hour are commonplace. Yeah, there we go. Miles per hour. I mean, yeah, miles per hour or kilometers per hour. Yeah, I meant miles. Yeah, I meant miles. Recent and tragic vehicular accidents, particularly on the Subic Tarlac Expressway on STEX and Nino Aquino International Airport, have called into question the road safety rules and the qualifications of those driving our public utility vehicles. Whatever road they choose, families go on the expressway expecting a smooth drive to their vacation destination. The recent strategies have shown that even on a toll plaza when there is no movement and supposedly no risk, anything and everything can happen. And though steps are being taken to address these, such as limiting the driving hours of bus drivers and maintaining drug tests, no amount of security precautions can protect you when you're going past 100 kilometers per hour on the expressway. Now, here are the tips. While it can be tempting to run freely in the vast open road and with the excuse to go fast, expressways have designated specific lanes for certain vehicles and particular situations that should be followed, and that is to stick to your lane. According to the Endless Cooperation, Lane 1 should only be used for overtaking, while Lane 2 is reserved for Class 1 cars, jeepneys, vans, and pickup trucks vehicles. Lanes 3 and 4 are for Class 2 buses and trucks, and Class 3 large trucks exceeding a height of 2.9 meters vehicles, but buses are allowed to use Lane 2 for overtaking. Avoid hogging the overtaking lane. Motorists should also remember to avoid hogging the leftmost lane, as they are generally advised to immediately return to their designated lane after overtaking. In situations where the expressway has under or above 4 lanes, the rule of thumb is that the leftmost lane is for overtaking, while the rightmost lane is for heavy vehicles, and the middle lanes are for general traffic. So you can see the usage rules here, right here, right? So use lane 1 for overtaking only. So what it means, if you go to the lane 1, you need to return to your designated lane immediately. So that's how you do it. So if you see the yellow colored road, that is for overtaking, and then you have to go back to your designated lane. And for the trucks and buses, you must stay in lanes 3 and 4. While buses, on the other hand, can use lane 2 for overtaking, but should promptly return to the designated lanes afterward. So these are the designated lanes for trucks and buses. Alright, next, maintain enough distance to give yourself a chance to rest. At 60 to 100 kilometers per hour, you only have milliseconds to react to any changes in speed and any obstructions or accidents on the road. As such, it is generally recommended to keep a safe distance of 3 to 4 seconds behind the opponent car. So again, these are the safety tips which I showed you earlier, and yeah, so you have to follow this instruction, and it's in Tagalog. So yeah. So here are the rules, huh? I'll try my best to translate this into English by using Google Translate. So make the use of 4-second rule. Make a use of 4-second rule, and then use your turn signals before moving to another lane, and don't use the leftmost lane. When you're done overtaking, go back to your desired lane. There you go. And finally, use the acceleration and deceleration lanes. Aside from using your turn signals to indicate your changing lanes, it is advised to use the available acceleration and deceleration lanes to prevent sudden entering or exiting off the expressway. So there you go. So these are the expressway tips that you need to know when you are in the expressway. Give me a moment. for some reason it's not blocking the calls. That yeah, I get it. They're calling me to pay my overdue, but I can't right now. So there's that. Okay. All right, so let's see if we have anything else to cover. If not, we can move on to some showbiz and entertainment headlines. All right, with that, there's nothing much to cover now, so we will now head over to showbiz and yeah, we'll now head over to showbiz and entertainment headlines right here. So, as we are about to look up here, let's start with the showbiz, and then we will head over to the anime headlines, especially the unexpected trailer of My Dress Up Darling Season 2, which just shadow dropped, really. So yeah, let's head over to showbiz. Alright, so it's time for some showbiz. The three new queens under the Miss Universe Philippines pageant sister brand, the Miss Philippines, have great things planned for their year-long reign, aside from representing the country in international competitions. The Miss Philippines supranational Katrina Alagado, the Miss Philippines Eco International Gabriela May Carballo, and the Miss Philippines Cosmo Chelsea Fernandez shared this at their victory press conference held at Sita Dean's Millennium Ortigas in Pasig City on Tuesday afternoon, May 6. They were joined by newly crowned Miss Universe Philippines Atisa Manalo and runners-up Teresita Asen Wen-Ian Marquez and Wailana Marie Agduana at the event. Inquirer.net asked the new title holders of the Miss Philippines how they intend to use their respective crowns and gratefully shared what future they hope to see for the rings. Alagado, a woman empowerment advocate, continues to hope supporting Project Rose, one of the partner organizations of the Miss Universe Philippines pageant. The entrepreneur from Taguig City said, I'll be going back to Tondo and visit the Nanay's mothers, and hopefully continue to support their advocacies and have projects with them that really sustain their families. For Carvalho, their national title is already in line with the organization she established in 2019 called the Green Wave Cebu, which recycles bar soaps from the biggest resorts in the province. We have remolding workshops and distribute our new bar soaps all around Cebu, she said. Fernandez, for her part, plans to further advance her call for mangrove reforestation. Knowing that Miss Cosmo has a lot of causes, I am really excited to be part of that, she said. Part of her homecoming activities planned for her in the province of Sultan Kudarat was mangrove planting with the help of the provincial government. Fernandez is the first of the newly crowned Miss Philippines queens to compete abroad. She will represent the country in the second edition of Miss Cosmo in Vietnam later this year. Allegado and Carvalho will compete in the Miss Supranational and Miss Eco International pageants respectively next year. All right, so you're still with us right here on Hello Pilipinas as we continue with with the showbiz. Beanie, Guts, Ethan David, and internet personality Sean Castro said they will take full accountability for the controversial video involving some of their girl group's members, Ethan and Castro, where they appeal for a chance to reflect and learn from the accident. Beanie's Johanna, Colette, and Stacy, as well as Ethan and Sean, hear the run of backlash after a video of them allegedly making sexual remarks involving a 13-year-old named Ashley that went viral, as well as Ethan and Sean making suggestive movements. The source of the video remains unknown, as well as the identity of the person who leaked it on social media as of this Friday. Shortly after the video went viral, Beanie's social media platforms addressed the video in a official statement on Thursday, May 8th, where they apologized for the controversy. It was also noted that Johanna, Colette, and Stacy's names were on top, while their other bandmates were at the bottom. We know that the past couple of days have been triggering and disappointing for all of you. Sincerely, we understand where all of those feelings are coming from, the statement began. Regarding the video, the girl group said it was meant to be a private movement between friends, adding that they have no excuse for their actions and choice of words. The video shows a private moment of us with friends. We definitely did not intend to hurt anyone in the process. We offer no excuse for our actions, reactions, and choice of words. We take full accountability. Nakamali kami, they said. Beanie then extended an apology to their fans, known as Blooms, friends, and family for the controversy. The group also hoped that they would be given a chance to reflect and work on becoming better versions of themselves. We humbly ask for a chance to reflect on and learn from our mistakes and continue to work on becoming better versions of ourselves, they said. Maraming salamat po sa inyong malasakit, suporta at pangunawa. Thank you very much for your concern, support, and understanding. Ethan, on the other hand, addressed the suggested actions and remarks he made in the video, saying he fully understood how offensive it appeared to the public. He said, I ask for forgiveness from those who were hurt and disappointed by me. I want to state that I have a huge respect for everyone, especially women, and what I have shown in the video doesn't reflect who I value as a person. This won't happen again. The GAP member said that he promised to educate himself on the incident and improve his behavior. Once again, I sincerely apologize for what happened. I also want to thank everyone for pointing out the ways I can improve. I promise to take the time to educate myself about my behavior and further reflect on my character in order to learn from this incident and to become a more sensitive, respectful, and mature person, he added. Meanwhile, Sean took to his Instagram story to clarify that no minor or anyone was hurt physically, mentally, sexually, or in any manner. He also reiterated that the video was taken out of context. We admit that we were wrong in so many ways with that joke. We became too comfortable and happy with what we did and said. It was not a good joke, especially with how it was shown in the video itself. And that's the showbiz headlines on Hello Pilipinas. And finally, as we are about to get into the anime headlines, most importantly, the unexpected news, of course. Yes, ladies and gents, My Dress Up Darling Season 2 has revealed a brand new trailer, and it reveals the brand new theme song. And yes, the artist is returning from Season 1, that is Spika, known for Spa, yeah. So the new song is called Auto Karamiki, which, yeah. So yes, Cloverwork will also return as an animated studio for My Dress Up Darling. And if you take a look at a little bit of the trailer here, I'm not gonna play the entire thing to avoid copyright, but you can see the trailer of it looks pretty cool. And yes, season 2 opening theme is let's hear the theme song right now. That's the theme song of My Dress Up Darling Season 2, or I should say the opening theme song rather. So yeah, am I looking forward to this one? Absolutely yes, because they're coming back after more than 3 years really of waiting, and I'm excited for the return of My Dress Up Darling. With that, we will now be taking a break as we will get back into the last gap of koolNews early edition headlines along with the weather forecast from Pagasa. It is now 10:41 in the morning. Stay along with us. We will return after the break.
This program was brought to you by Delsat TV. Enjoy SD and high definition channels when you subscribe to Delsat TV. Star Wax Floor Wax with waterproof formula, long-lasting shine. Star Wax Floor Wax, manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified, world-class quality.
ACS.
Pilsen Healthy Home, odorless antibacterial paint. MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original. CFB, express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB, a member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. PVC Drugs, serbisyong tapat, alagang sapat. And Neutral Light Style Low Fat Milk Powder, so good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang.
Bar Blue with powerful stain-away enzymes. Malupit magtanggal ng dumit mancha pero di masakit sa kamay.
Goodbye dumit mancha. Hello Right Bar Blue. Isang labanan yan.
As tested ang cotton and polycotton. Sa mancha, malupit. Sa kamay mo, mabait. Pride Bar Blue. Manufactured by ACS Manufacturing Corporation. ISO certified. World-class quality.
ACS.
Tagulan, tagubok, tagsipon, taglagnat, tagtarangkaso. Kaya naman dapat pag tag-ulan, tag-Sed Pariawan Plus Capsule. Todo protektado ang katawan sa anumang uri ng karamdaman sa Sed Pariawan. Mainam din sa mga pinahihirapan ng sakit na diabetes, heart disease, myoma, bukol-bukol sa katawan, mataas sa sugar level, goiter, pagmamanas ng paa at marami pang iba. Mag-Sed Pariawan Plus Capsule araw-araw. Tagulan, tagsakit, tag-Sed Pariawan Plus Capsule. A quality product of Sed Marketing.
Brush, brush, brush 3 times a day. Brush, brush, brush to keep cavities away. Brush, brush, brush 3 times a day. Brush with Colgate. Brush, brush, brush para strong, strong, strong. Brush, brush, brush para Colgate strong. Brush with Colgate. Brush, brush, brush para Colgate strong. Brush with Colgate.
Dito na tayo sa Joray, kung saan lahat ay okay. Sa Joray, lahat ito ay super mura, lahat pang mapaganda dito sa Joray. Napatunayan na ng bayan, wala nang ang iba. Quality shopping ang aming dala. Mapapa-Joray talaga kayo, ang supermarket namin ay Joray.
Joray Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia.
Oh, napagod sa school? Ay. Oh!
Tang, tang, tanghalian na, 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 na. Ang pampasigla, tara na, refresh na. Pag may tang, sumisigla, la, 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 la. May fruity goodness na, siksik pa sa sustansya. Kaya mag-tang, tanghalian na, 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 na. Pasiglahin ang
Teresa po. And I believe ang taong sa pera ay wais, ang skin pwede pa rin kuminis. And I thank you, Suka Papaya Lotion. Dahil 750 pesos SRP lang, giving na ang papaya enzymes niya. Affordable skincare, di ba? Kaya kung bet mo ay kutis na lit, sa Suka Papaya Lotion kumapit. With regular use, slay it with the skin na giving. Stay lit with Silka. With regular use for only 750 pesos SRP.
This is Gabby Garcia for GSM Blue.
We choose the way we are. We wanna choose what's true. The best place to start is to feel what's real to you. Cause when you choose your true, your choice becomes your voice. So choose your true. Kasama ang GSM Blue. Choose your true love, your true passion. Choose your true. One time to take action. Choose your true. Kasama ang GSM Blue.
Ikaw, what's your true? Drink responsibly.
Welcome sa Cebuan Amazing World. Dito, all in ang microfinancial services. OFWs, sakay na! May loan pampagawa ng bahay, pang brand yung motor, o bagong business. Cebuan Amazing! Swak ang microsaving dito. Laging ready with microinsurance. May money transfer, may cash in, cash out, remit to bank, at bills payment. Cebuan Amazing! Pwede rin mag-invest sa gold. May rewards pa. San man sa Pilipinas, basta microfinancial services, all in dito. Kaya Cebuan Amazing ang life!
Microsavings is a product of Cebuana Lumiere Rural Bank. Deposits are insured by BDIC up to 500,000 pesos per depositor. Supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas.
Extra strong? Andito na ang Leon Extra Strong Beer. Bangis ng dating, bangis ng sarap, bangis ng kagat, at 7% ABV. This is Gerald Anderson for Leon Extra Strong Beer. Tikman ang bangis ng Leon. Bangis ng presyo, 47 pesos SRP for 500 ml at 95 pesos SRP for 1 liter. Drink responsibly.
Hoy, 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 hoy!
May bagong swabing energy drink! New Cobra Rice!
Ang sarap! Grabe!
Refreshing blue cola and lemon blast flavors na less sugar.
Chill ka lang dumiskarte.
With L-theanine at less caffeine.
Ang tumingin so suabe.
With vitamin A, New Cobra Rice.
Swabing energy!
With proper diet and exercise. Joshua Garcia to. Bili na sa suking tindahan.
Yes, we are back with Hello Pilipinas right here, and this is koolNews Early Edition. Let's continue with our international headlines. The Pentagon on Friday ordered the identification and sequestration of materials in the libraries of United States military academies and war colleges that contain information on subjects containing diversity and anti-racism and transgender people. The move is the latest step by the Defense Department to target pro-diversity content and programs, an effort that led to the removal of troves of documents and images from its website and some of articles on African American pioneers such as the Tuskegee Airmen. Education materials promoting divisive concepts and gender ideology are incompatible with the department's course mission, said a memo to senior Pentagon leaders, military commanders, and other officials. The memo directs officials to promptly identify any department library materials potentially incompatible with this core mission, sequester it for review, and determine an appropriate ultimate disposition for those materials. It said a committee of knowledgeable leaders, educators, and library professionals had compiled a list of such items to identify materials for review. The list, which appeared in an attachment to the memo, includes affirmative action, allyship, anti-racism, United States critical race theory, diversity, equality, and inclusion, of course, that's DEI, gender nonconformity, gender transition, and transgender people, United States, among others. The subsequent deliberate review by experts in the fields of education and the department's mission will determine the ultimate disposition of the material based on the totality of the circumstances and findings of relevant facts, the memo said. In a separate memo on Friday, Pentagon Chief Patrick Gassett gave the secretaries of U.S. Military Department 30 days to certify that the country's military academies will not consider race, ethnicity, or sex for purposes of admissions. The academies must offer a mission based exclusively on merit, Gassett wrote in a memo. And a senior White House official said Friday that President Donald Trump, as part of his sweeping immigration crackdown, is looking at suspending habeas corpus, the right of a person to challenge their detention in court. White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller told reporters, "The Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be suspended in the time of invasion. So it's an option we're actively looking at," Miller said. "A lot of it depends on whether the courts do the right thing or not." Trump campaigned for the White House on a pledge to deport millions of undocumented migrants and has repeatedly referred to their presence in the United States as an invasion. That's the international headlines for koolNews early edition this morning. And now, as we are about to wrap up the newscast, the news segment on Hello Pilipinas, you'll be getting into the weather forecast from Pagasa. Here is the weather forecast for today.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at live mula dito sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Narito ng lagay ng ating panahon ngayong araw nga ng Sabado, May 10, 2025. At sa ating latest satellite images, makikita natin ang patuloy na pag-iral ng easterlies. Ito yung hangin nagmumula sa karagatang Pasipiko. Magdadala pa rin ito ng mainit na panahon na may mga tsansa ng mga isolated o pulupulong mga pag-ulan, pagkulog sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. Samantala, inaasahan natin na magkakaroon ng frontal system dito sa may extreme northern Luzon, kaya posibleng magkaroon ng maulap na kalangitan na may mga pag-ulan, mga kalat-kalat na mga pag-ulan, pagkulog o mas malaking tsansa ng mga pag-ulan sa may bahagi ng Batanes at maaaring makaapekto ito sa may area pa dito sa may northern Luzon, partikular na sa area ng Cagayan, gayon din sa may Cordillera at sa may Ilocos Norte sa mga susunod na araw. Kaya posible po, lalo na pagdating ng araw ng eleksyon, sa araw ng Lunes, mas malaki yung chance ng mga pag-ulan dito sa may extreme northern Luzon, yung Batanes, Babuyan at ilang lugar, partikular na nga sa Cagayan, gayon din sa may Apayao at sa Ilocos Norte. Samantala naman sa ngayon, wala tayong minomonitor na anumang low pressure area sa loob at labas ng Philippine Area of Responsibility. For this week, malit pa rin yung chance ang magkaroon tayo ng bagyo. Gayunpaman, kagaya ng binanggit ko, lalo na't papunta na tayo sa panahon ng tag-ulan, mas mapapadalas na yung mga thunderstorms natin sa hapon hanggang sa gabi sa malaking bahagi ng ating bansa. At dito nga sa Luzon, narito ang ating inasa magiging lagay ng panahon, malaki yung tsansa na magkaroon ng maulap na kalangitan na may mga pag-ulan sa may bahagi ng Batanes. Ito ay dulot nga nung maaring mabuo na frontal system or makaapekto na frontal system. Yung frontal system po, ito yung boundary din or pagitan ng mainit at malamig na hangin, partikular na sa may bahagi na extreme northern Luzon. Ang nalalabing bahagi naman ng Luzon, patuloy na makararanas ng mainit na panahon na may mga isolated o pulupulong pag-ulan, pagkulog sa hapon hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ang temperatura sa Lawag, 24 to 33 degrees Celsius. Sa Tuguegarao hanggang 35 degrees Celsius. Sa Baguio naman, 17 to 25 degrees Celsius. Sa Metro Manila, 25 to 34 degrees Celsius. Ang Tagaytay makararanas ng 23 to 32 degrees Celsius. Habang sa may area ng Bicol, sa Legazpi, 26 to 33 degrees Celsius. Sa bahagi naman ng Palawan, Visayas at Mindanao, mga isolated rain showers and thunderstorms na mararanasan sa Palawan at ang agwat ng temperatura sa Kalayaan Islands, 26 to 34 degrees Celsius. Sa Puerto Princesa naman, 25 to 34 degrees Celsius. Ang malaking bahagi din ng Kabisayaan ay makararanas ng mga pulupulong pag-ulan, pagkidlat, pagkulog at kung saan ang agwat ng temperatura sa Iloilo, 25 to 33 degrees Celsius. Sa Cebu naman, 26 to 32 degrees Celsius. Habang sa Tacloban, 25 to 32 degrees Celsius. Ang malaking bahagi din ng Mindanao ngayong araw ay makararanas ng medyo mainit na panahon na may mga pulupulong pag-ulan, pagkilat pagkulog sa hapon hanggang sa gabi. Agwat ng temperatura natin sa Zamboanga ay 24 to 34 degrees Celsius. Sa Cagayan de Oro naman, 25 to 32 degrees Celsius. Habang sa Davao, sa 25 to 34 degrees Celsius. At patuloy pa rin mainit na panahon ating mararanasan dito sa Metro Manila, 40 to 42 degrees Celsius. Ito po yung damang init or heat index na mararanasan sa araw na ito. Pinakamataas pa rin sa may area ng Sangli Point sa Cavite kahapon. Ito rin yung lugar na nakaranas ng pinakamataas na heat index na sa around 46 degrees Celsius yung damang init. At para sa mas marami pang impormasyon, kagaya nitong ating heat index map, maaari tayong pumunta sa website ng Pag-asa para makita natin yung mas marami pang impormasyon sa mararamdaman nating damang init sa araw na ito. Patuloy din nagpapaalala yung Pag-asa, iwasan po nating lumabas lalo na bandang tanghali at uminom na maraming tubig dahil nga patuloy na mainit na panahon ang maranasan pa rin natin sa mga susunod na araw. Sa lagay naman ng ating karagatan, wala tayong nakataas na gale warning kaya lalong-lalo na sa mga kababayan natin na uuwi sa mga probinsya, lalo na may papalapit tayong eleksyon, iligtas naman pumalawat ang mga sakyang pandagat, malilit na mga bangka sa mga baybayin ng ating bansa. Gayunpaman, kapag may mga thunderstorms sa mga pagkilat pagkulog, mag-ingat pa rin dahil kung minsan biglang lumalakas yung alon ng karagatan. And speaking po of thunderstorm, ngayon nga dahil papunta na tayo sa panahon ng tag-ulan, mas mapapadalas na yung mga thunderstorms natin sa hapon hanggang sa gabi. At mas mapapadalas din po na maririnig ninyo yung mga thunderstorm warning na inilalabas ng Pag-asa. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng thunderstorm warning? Kapag naglabas po ng thunderstorm warning ang iba't ibang mga Regional Services Division ng Pag-asa, posible po magkaroon ng mga pag-ulan, mga pagkilat pagkulog in the next 2 hours. Kadalasan po kasi yung mga localized thunderstorms natin tumatagal ng mga 30 minutes hanggang mga 1 o 2 oras. And nag-update po tayo niyan, particular na gamit ang ating mga social media platforms. Kasama na rin dyan yung ating website. At kapag may mga thunderstorm warning, posibleng magkaroon ng mga biglaang pagbaha o tinatawag nating flash floods. Posible rin magkaroon ng mga possible power interruption, lalo na kapag masyadong malakas yung hangin. At gayon din, posible din yung mga inaasahan natin na mga mabibigat na dalagay ng trapiko. At posible din yung mga pagkidlat, mga lightning strikes po. Kaya mag-ingat po tayo kapag mayroong mga thunderstorm warning na inilalabas yung ang Pag-asa. Very specific po yan, up to municipal level ay nilalabas po natin. So lagi po tayong maging updated at mag-ingat, lalo na kapag may mga thunderstorm warning, inaasahan natin na mas mapapadalas na habang papalapit yung ating inaasahang panahon naman ng tag-ulan. Ang araw naman natin ay sisikat mamayang 5:30 na umaga at lulubog, ganap na 6:15 ng gabi. At kagaya po ng binanggit ko sa inyo kanina, sundan tayo sa ating iba't ibang mga social media platforms sa X, Facebook at YouTube at sa ating website bagong.pagasa.doc.gov.ph kung saan nga lagi tayong nagbibigay ng update. Kagaya po ng binanggit ko kanina, mga thunderstorm warnings, rainfall information, iba pang mga impormasyon sa lagay ng ating Weather Forecasting Center. Ako naman si Obet Badrina. Maghanda po tayo lagi para sa ligtas na Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po. Happy weekend sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Pag-asa Weatherman. And that is all for koolNews Early Edition this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. This morning, we will return with more news headlines later, with if available, of course. But yes, until then, this has been koolNews Early Edition. I am Cairo, and now let's head over back to Hello Pilipinas to conclude the show. And yes, we are overtime, but we take our time here. But yes, we will now return to Hello Pilipinas. And now as we are about to conclude this edition of Hello Pilipinas, let's bring up the quote of the day from Brainy Quote. Today's quote of the day from Maya Angelou. All great achievements require time. Exactly. That is why it takes a lot of time to make it perfect. With that, that is all for Hello Pilipinas this morning. Thank you so much for joining us all the way till 11, and we will be back again next week for more lifestyle happenings as usual. And yes, we will also return with more news headlines if available later on koolNews today. And by the way, our election coverage, our full day election coverage will be on Monday, May 12th. That will be from 6 a.m. to 12 noon, and then from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. With that, this has been Hello Pilipinas. I am Cairo. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and good morning. Goodbye for now.